Hello, everybody, and welcome. As we like to do every week, we like to take a look at the past week's market activity and then, of course, bounce around the market and look for something to trade. But just real quick before we get started, I want to let everybody know that on this Tuesday, this is February 25th at Pacific time, which is US and Canada, 1:30 p.m., I'm doing a webinar, free webinar. All the information is here. I'll attach this in the resource section as well. I titled it Never Trade Options Unless You Know This. So if you want to know what you're supposed to know, then I'll see you on Tuesday. Anyways, let's get back to it. So, quite an interesting week in the market. I mean, really, again, when you put this all in perspective, you can see we started here roughly on Monday. I think this might have been Friday. But essentially, it's only been a week. And even though Friday was a huge drop, it only took us back about a week in the market. So, when you keep things in perspective, a day-to-day basis could seem extreme. But in the big picture, you can see really not much has changed. Now, if this continues to drop at this pace, obviously things are going to start going and things will start picking up. You can see already the volatility has increased because of that huge drop. But again, at this point, really nothing crazy has happened. A wild week and a half, let's say, from start to finish. But in the end, we kind of just ended where we started about a week ago. This is the S&P 500. This is kind of where we always start. If we look at the NASDAQ, obviously, always a fairly similar story, right? Same thing, but about a week ago, we were right back here. And then the Russell is always the one that looks slightly different only because of this huge drop a few months back, and it never really recovered from that. So even though it looks the same, kind of as far as the candles go, it's way below its all-time highs, where the other two, S&P and NASDAQ, are near their all-time highs. So what are we going to trade this week? We're going to go over to BIDU. Reason being is they had earnings right here. There was a huge drop, which meant volatility spiked. And even though it's still a few days afterwards, you can see volatility is still pretty high. We're way up here at 62. And really the market as a whole is pretty quiet until, let's say, Friday. But BIDU still seems to be fairly volatile. And you can see right here, 100 is about as high as it's been in the last, let's say, month or two. And the lowest it's been is right around here at 77. But we're going to say right around 80, let's say, right? Because it's only 2 days. But basically 80 is where it's been as well. For the last few months, it's kind of been in this range of 100 to 80. So, I love ranges when it comes to iron condors. How volatility is high seems like the perfect time to do something. So we will. So we'll go to the trade page. Let's just put that up. I'm going right here to the 53 days because this is going to be 52 tomorrow. And it's also more liquid as far as options go. This is the monthly expiration cycle. These options are way more liquid in this stock than these ones over here. So this is like the perfect window, and they're more, like I said, liquid. And I've already saved us the trouble of setting this up, and that's why I kind of pointed out those two numbers. The stock, let's just say it's, for ease of math, it's at around 90. So we're going around $10 up on the call side, which you saw was as high as it's been in the last few months. And we're going down to 80 on the put side, which again you've seen has been about as low as it's been in the last couple of months. And then because these are $5 wide strikes, we have to go a $5 wide iron condor. How do we work out what we need to make? Well, remember it's 33 cents per dollar in width minimum. This is $5 in width. So we want to collect at least $1.65 or more on this trade for it to be valid. And look at that. Perfect. Right in our wheelhouse. So, assuming everything stays the same in BIDU on Monday, we're going to go to the 100 call, the 80 put, sell both of those, then buy the $5 wide strikes that are $5 away, the 75 and the 105 put for protection, turning this into an iron condor, defined risk. As long as we collect at least $1.65 or more, this is our trade for Monday. And again, hopefully I'll see you all at the webinar on Tuesday, and I'll attach that as a resource on this video as well. Take care. Happy trading.